At this point, it's almost a daily occurrence that something is going on with Bam Margera, which is a sign of just how tortured he is both mentally and emotionally. After all, he's been making it very clear to everyone who will listen and many who don't want to that he has demands and that he wants them met. Except his demands are unreasonable and he's not in a position to make such demands. But that hasn't stopped him from doing various things, including dropping off the grid once again and making people think he might have taken his own life.
But first, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video.
4. Getting cut off. To start off, we need to tell you the events that helped lead up to this newest event, because it only makes sense when you see it all together.
It is an official message to anybody that cares about me whatsoever. I haven't seen Phoenix in 2 months, and I'm so fed up. I cry every day. I miss him so much, and I know that I have to wake up every day knowing that I probably won't get to talk to him or see him.
You see, a number of recent stories have revolved around Bam Margera's ex, Nikki Boyd, and their custody agreement for son Phoenix. As many have noted at this point, she's cut off communication between him and his son, seemingly due to a viral screaming incident from months ago, which resulted in Margera being arrested for public intoxication.
So yes, Nikki drives me to drink. So does my mom. And so does my pep talking dad who tells me nothing but I'm a fat loser, piece of drug addict loser.
So you can see why Nikki doesn't want him near the child, because that's not how a father is supposed to act in public. Recently, Margera's lawyer Peter W. Thompson claimed that Nikki Boyd is not allowing her ex to see their son, or have any contact either on FaceTime or the phone. The last time they were in contact was the day of the screaming match/arrest, which was 2 months ago. Bam is also reportedly still trying to give his son Christmas gifts from months ago, to no avail.
So, and my mom is a brain manipulator, and my brother stole Castle Bam, and he thinks it's called Castle Jess, and then I have to listen to my mom say, Bam, you do have a house. Really, Abe? Where?
That last line might sound like something to make Bam sound sympathetic, but don't be fooled. Bam has made many moves recently to try and absolve himself of responsibility of certain things pertaining to his son, including trying to make a court see the true status of his past relationship with his ex. Bam Margera and Nikki Boyd got married back in 2013 and had their child in September of 2017.
Well, it's Castle Bam. Well, if I go there, then the police will come. And Naveed the shaman, my best friend, came in from Persia, and I can't even go show him my own property. I gotta stand behind the gate. So, yeah, April, I don't have a house. So I'm gonna smoke crack with the bums down at the boardwalk until I'm dead, unless you deliver me Phoenix.
Although there's been some discrepancy about the legality of their marriage, with Bam's team claiming that the paperwork never got filed and they were never legally married. But the former couple has reportedly been living separately since 2021, with Boyd filing for divorce as well as physical and legal custody of Phoenix. The situation is still working itself out.
Get to work, Nikki, or anybody that wants to help. I want.
And you have to wonder if each step Bam takes is helping prove to the courts that he's unfit for parenting, among other things. Over the past few years, the former couple has been having a very public battle. Nikki Boyd claimed that Bam wasn't providing any financial support for their son. For his part, Margera is taking umbrage with not being able to see his son at all. Not that he's making a case for himself being a good father. Bam would take offense to our statement, but he's too busy making statements and threats about what he will do if he doesn't get to be with his son. 3. The death wish. Don't believe us? Well, not too long ago, and in a true catalyst move for this new situation, Bam was threatening to smoke crack until he's dead unless he gets to see his kid. Bam posted an alarming rant on his newest social media account, ripping his family and his estranged wife. Bam says Nikki and his relatives are driving him to drink, and he says waking up every day knowing he's probably not going to be able to speak to his son makes things even worse. At the end of the video, Bam threatens to go down to the boardwalk to smoke crack with the bums until he's dead, or until Nikki allows him to see his son. To say that this is a desperate move would be the understatement of the century. In fact, it actually proves Nikki's point about not letting Bam see his son, because what happens if she says yes and he still doesn't get better? Or he comes over in a state that is hungover or high? That's not out of the realm of possibility here. Plus, there are worse things he could do once he sees his son again. After all, Bam's already proven he doesn't like his ex or those who support her, so why not make a big move to further stick it to her after he gets what he wants? Nicki's attorney, David Glass, said to TMZ after Bam's threat, "Unfortunately, that's not how the addictions work. People's behavior does not drive others to drink. This is a typical defense mechanism, and it shows that Bam may not have learned much in his past addictions treatment. You have to take responsibility for your own actions." Nicki sincerely hopes that Bam can first achieve and then maintain sobriety for his own good and for the good of their son. That's a very fair response, unlike what Bam did. It also should be noted that Bam said in another recent video aimed at someone else that he was done drinking or doing things that hurt him and his family. So he either forgot that promise or he just failed to live up to it again. 2. Wanting support fed up with Bam and his antics, Nicki recently filed new legal docs seeking sole physical and legal custody over Phoenix, plus $15K a month in child support. In those docs, Nicki says visitation for Bam can be on the table as long as it's supervised, and he completes rehab programs for drug and alcohol abuse. Given all we know about Bam, those aren't the worst requirements in the world, but you can easily imagine what Bam said when he heard such things. He likely thinks that Nicki is trying to take him for his money and keep Phoenix forever away from him. And yet, if he was to complete the rehab program, he arguably would be in a better place, and he would get to see his son. Isn't that the whole point of his tirade recently? Bam, meanwhile, has tried to get the entire case against him dismissed, which is rather callous yet very on brand for all he's done recently. Nicki also wants Bam to cover her attorney fees of at least $50K. At the moment, she says she's bringing in very little income, less than $4K a month between family support and public assistance. In the docs, she says she's found a house but needs Bam's financial support to make it work, and she argues he's more than capable of making support payments. Nicki claims Bam's net worth is reportedly around $55 million, considering his longtime success in TV media. But she's concerned he might be hiding assets and being reckless with money. Whether he's actually worth that amount is up for debate, but the point here is that she needs help raising their son, and this should be something he does naturally. Instead, he's only focused on what he wants, and that thought process keeps getting Bam in trouble. 1. The new incident. So what did Bam do now? Well, over the weekend, Bam's brother Jess, of whom was also attacked by Bam, but in a physical altercation that is getting taken to court, asked people to help look for Bam after he went AWOL. If anyone in the LA area knows of Bam's current whereabouts or a hotel he might be at, please call the LAPD immediately. He noted that he was trying to get the police to find him, but it was taking a long time. His lawyer later added to the worry by noting that Bam went to LA to try and force a meeting with his son, which is definitely not a smart thing to do for various reasons. Thankfully for all involved, Bam was eventually found and was alive and seemingly unharmed. But this kind of thing once again showcases how Bam Margera is not in his right mind and that he needs to do better for himself, for his family, for his son, etc. But the problem is, Bam has been in this kind of low point before and didn't bounce back. He almost died in 2023 due to a terrible medical condition, and yet he's doing this just months later. Will Bam ever try and fix his behavior and attitude? We can't say, but it doesn't look good, and people will suffer until he does. And there you have it, everyone. A look at what happened with Bam Margera this time, and how this is the latest reaction to everything that has been going on in his life. Do you feel that things are coming to a head with Bam and that there will soon be no turning back for him? What needs to be done for him to finally get back on the straight and narrow, or is that not possible anymore? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.